What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here helping you take your game to the next level. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the best defenses in Madden 18. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to improve your Madden game, go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. Make sure to hit the bell icon so that you join the notification squad and never miss an upload. So what's going on, guys? Like I said, today we're going to be talking about one of the better defensive formations in the game. This is a formation that I covered, I'm almost positive, within the first couple weeks of the game. It's always been one of my favorite defensive formations in Madden. Last year, it was a defense that I pretty much ran exclusively almost all game long, and it's the 4-6 normal. Now, I will say, you know, Madden 15, Madden 16, or excuse me, Madden 16 and Madden 17, the 4-6 normal speed package was very good, very good. Amazing, in fact. And last year I pretty much all I used, outside of sprinkling nickel blitz in here and there. This year it is still very good, but it's kind of got some stipulations with it this year. You know, last year it was a really good block shed defense. The defensive ends just block shedded really crazy with it. They still block shed pretty good out of it, but not like they did last year. Now, if you have your pass rush on aggressive, they're going to block shed pretty much like they did last year, but keep in mind when your pass rush is on aggressive, if somebody fake snaps you, you can go offside. So you can put your coaching adjustments pass rush on aggressive if you're playing against someone that doesn't use the fake snap feature or rarely uses it. Otherwise, you know, kind of just be careful with it. But this defense is really not going to work very well in regs. It's a mutt defense this year because 91 zone makes this defense so good. You need 91 zone everywhere. Now, to run the speed package, you go to the 4-6 normal, you use your right stick, you flick it one to the right, and that puts the speed package on the field. What that does is that takes both of your outside linebackers and it makes them the third and fourth cornerbacks on your team. Now, what most people do out of the 4-6 normal this year is run cover 3. Last year, no one really ran cover 3 like that last year. When I ran this last year and other people ran it as well, it was mainly just cover 2 invert every play. It was just a pain to go against, especially with cross man last year. But this year, cover 3 is the better defense to run out of it. So we'll just talk briefly why this is so good. But like I said, it's really only good in Ultimate Team because you really need those 91 zones to make this effective. So where do you want your 91 zone guys? Well, you have your outside cornerbacks. Out here we got Bouye, and right here we got Patton. I have Ramsey at the 3rd spot for this video for demonstration, but he's the 3rd cornerback, and then right here is going to be your 4th cornerback in the speed package. You want all 4 of those guys to have 91 zone. You also want your free safety to have 91 zone, and your strong safety to have 91 zone. You're basically putting 6 91 zone DBs on the field, but you're not going to struggle in the run game as much, whereas if you would normally, to get 6 DBs on the field, you would have to use like a quarter defense and you'd get shedded by the run. You know, if you want 5 DBs on the field, you'd have to go to like dollar, but again, you'd be a lot weaker in the run. You might get pancaked when they try to run the ball. Now, 4-6 normal isn't the best run, you know, stopping formation in the game, but you're going to be able to put all these DBs on the field and not get pancaked. You're still going to have decent run support because it's a speed package. So how to run the cover 3, very simple. What I do when I sprinkle it in very rarely, but what I do when I do it is I base a line, which is wire triangle, and then right on the left stick. Then you want to shade the defense down, wire triangle down on the left stick, and then shade it back up, wire triangle up on the right stick. What this does is it puts your outside linebackers, which are now cornerbacks, it puts them into, or excuse me, it puts your outside linebacker over here in a cloud flat, and it puts your strong safety in a cloud flat. Now, if you have 91 zone guys in those cloud flat spots, what that does is it allows them to pretty much take away corner routes and limit flat routes, and that's what makes it so tough. And then you want to pull your free safety down a little bit because that's going to allow him to stop post routes a lot better. And then from here, you use either of these hook zones in the middle. I recommend using the linebacker. So for example, in Ultimate Team, I would put an Anthony Barr here because he's 6'5". He's the best guy to use her. You want a tall guy right here. And then you'll leave this guy alone because he's going to be another 91 zone DB. He's going to do his thing. Now, if you want some extra coverage, you can drop a defensive tackle back into a spy if you want. that's optional. Pass rush is going to be a little bit worse, but if you're trying to just put maximum coverage on the field, that's something you can do. So this is why it's good, because now you have these cloud flats out here that are 91 zone, but all your deep zones are 91 zone as well. So see, like right here, if I try to throw this flat route, Jalen Ramsey's clamping down on it. As you see, Bell got 2 yards there. And if we throw that a little bit sooner, which sometimes people will do, they'll throw it a little bit sooner, sometimes it can wind up being picked. So there we let it clear out a little bit. See here, if I try to throw it right away, you see how quick Ramsey got down there? Bell got no yards there. But he's in a cloud flat. He's not in a hard flat. So now, the thing with that is, like I said, because of those 91 zones, if we try to throw this corner route up here, well, Ramsey just dumbed out there, but that was actually really bad. But Ramsey was in position to pick it. We'll throw it again. It is Madden, so you know sometimes the defenders are just going to dumb out for whatever reason, but that wasn't a safe throw. If Ramsey just doesn't dumb out there, that's likely going to be an interception. So you see here, we try to throw this, and again, Ramsey's kind of like dumbing out there, but he's in position to play it. And in game, typically, he's going to play that. He's not going to dumb out there. I don't know why he's dumbing out so bad right now. But you can see, like, he's in position to play this X receiver. See there, he picks it off. He didn't dumb out. And that's the problem with this. And then, of course, we could take this back to the house with a little bit of stick. But that's the problem is, because of those 91 zones, they can defend the flat route and they can defend the corner route. So you don't ever have to worry about the outsides of the field when you run this speed package. By bringing this safety down, like I said, kind of in the box, he's going to limit post routes. And then you, user, this guy, and your responsibility is just watch over the middle with your other DB that's right here. You're just watching over the middle. And it can be really tough, and if you're worried about scrambling, like I said, you drop somebody back into a spy, yada yada, it can be really tough to go against. And then you can run the cover 2 the cover 2 invert if you want to, but basically it's going to be the same thing. You're going to want to base a line, drop this guy in the middle, the safety, back into a deep third so you don't get beat by post. The cover 2 invert would be a good thing to go to if you're worried about possibly getting bombed for a one-play touchdown, because that is one weakness against a lot of cover 3s. If you have a lot of 91 zones out there, though, it is harder to bomb them, but it still could be possible. If you go to cover 2 invert, there's no possible way to bomb this because the outside corners are inverted. So that's something you can switch to just if you're worried about somebody trying to bomb you with a deep post or like a deep fade route or something, and everything else will still play the same. So that's another wrinkle you could throw into it. But what's also good is it's easy to cross man out of 4-6, which is something I mentioned at the beginning of the year, which you can't really do as well from other formations. So you can take this free safety and man him up on anybody. You can man him up on B, you can man him up on X, you can man him up on A, you can man him up on whatever. So let's just say we man him up on X. And then this linebacker over here, the one that you typically use, you can man this guy up on anybody. So we can man him up on X if we want to. We can man him up on B. We can man him up on A. So it's really easy to cross man out of this formation. So let's say we wanted to run a cross man setup. We man the linebacker up on B because we think he's crossing. We man the safety up on X because we think he's crossing. Now in this example, you would use this hook zone here because you've cross-manned the other linebacker. So that's just another really good thing about this formation. It's very easy to cross man out of. So the 4-6 speed package is very good. It can be a little weak to run. Sometimes stretch plays and toss plays will do a good job at beating it. But if you're playing against someone that likes to really pass heavy, or like run out of shotgun, run shotgun runs, but like if they sit in shotgun bunch all game, for example, and they like to run the ball like with an inside zone type look, and then just pass. You could sit in 4-6 speed package almost all game long. If you have the 691 zone DBs, it can be a real pain to go against. And if you have some studs on the D line, like I said, and you put your pass rush on aggressive here and there, you're gonna get a lot of block sheds on the D line. If you're like in Ultimate Team, for example, if you have like a Bruce Smith and a let's say, like the Brandon Graham playoff edition, those are really 2 good stud defensive ends, or you have, one of the Joey Bosa's out there. Like those guys, even without your pass rush being on aggressive, they're not gonna get held too long. They're gonna get loose. But if you do put your pass rush on aggressive, if you're in situations, you're in a game and you notice people aren't fake snapping you a lot, throw your pass rush on aggressive, and it's going to make this defense almost impossible to beat because you're going to be getting instant pressure, only rushing 3 to 4 guys. But people aren't going to be able to hit you with quick flats, and they're not going to be able to hit you with corner routes, and they're going to struggle to hit you with post routes. And then if you're a decent user defender over the middle, it can become a serious problem. So this is a really great defense, but it is dependent on your personnel. In regs, it's not nearly as good, whereas last year it was still amazing in regs. But if you have a good, like I said, you have a stud D line, you have 6 DBs with 91 plus zone, this defense becomes a serious problem. So this is kind of like a MUT only thing, but a lot of y'all I know play MUT, so it'll still be useful for y'all. So as always, if you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.